ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம் ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் இதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்ரி யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததா யத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜமுனிம் பஜே லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாதயாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம் யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜைக்மருக்மம் व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता युतेस्तनया भूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्मयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रिगुणं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं शरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहन् भक्ताङ्घ्रियण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. We have started our thiruppullANi yAthrA. This thiruppullANi Dividesham is a very beautiful Dividesham. We are going to enjoy today and tomorrow the Brahmotsavam festivities in this Dividesham. One unfortunate situation for me, that is why I could not be physically present there today. But tomorrow morning, as early as possible, I'll be there, and we can all have a wonderful time there together, I'm sure. The theme of this yAthrA is to understand and appreciate the purpose of uthsavams. So today, Adiyan will explain a little bit about that topic in the first session now. In the evening also, we'll try to have another short session. Throughout these couple of days, today and tomorrow, we'll discuss about the purpose of uthsavams, because we are in the middle of many uthsavams in many divideshams. This is a very good time to go through and understand the purpose of uthsavams and what we are supposed to do in the uthsavams, how we are to participate in them, how we are to do kainkariam in the uthsavams, and so on. In thiruppullANi, tomorrow we have Sri Ramanavami. Bhagavan's incarnations are many. Among those, Sri Ramavataram is most cherished, very much enjoyed by everyone. In the Sri Ramayanam, there is one very popular shlokam. This is seen in Ayodhya Kandam, second Sargam. It is the 40th shlokam. Sometimes it's said to be 42nd shlokam. But here, Sri Rama's glories are greatly identified. This is about the time when Dasharatha Chakravarti decides to make Sri Rama as the next to the throne. He is planning to coronate him. At that time, Sri Rama's great qualities are discussed and identified. At that time, this shlokam is seen. Vyasaneshu manushyanam brusham bhavati dukkitaha utsaveshu cha sarveshu piteva paritushyati. The reason why I took this shlokam is because it has the word utsavam and it is connected to Sri Rama. One of the greatest qualities of Bhagavan Sri Rama is that he has this great quality, saushiliam, where he mixes with everyone freely, without any discrimination, without any ego, pride, and so on. That is one of the great qualities of noble people. they don't consider themselves to be great, even though they may be the greatest, still they'll be very humble and they'll be very devoid of any pride and ego and all that. So in this shlokam, such quality of Sri Rama is explained. Vyasaneshu manushyanam brusham bhavati dukkitaha. Sri Rama feels very sad when people are feeling sad, when they have troubles, when they have some suffering in the family, in their personal life. When they are suffering, Sri Rama will also feel very sad along with them. In fact, he will feel more sad, that is sadder than the actual person who is going through the suffering. And then, during all the celebrations, when there is joy in someone's life, Sri Rama will also feel greatly joyful. And he will, because of this reason, he is like the father for everyone. Because a father is the one who will feel happiness or sorrow of the children equally or even more than what the children feel. If a son or daughter goes through some difficult times and is filled with sorrow, the father will feel more sorrow. Similarly, if the son or daughter goes through some joyful occasion, completes some accomplishment and feel very joyful, the father will feel happier even more than the son or daughter. So Bhagavan Sri Rama has that same mood, like a father, with all the people of Ayodhya, Sri Ayodhya. He feels and shares the grief and joy of all of them. So that is a very great quality of Sri Rama. And while speaking about all of this, we are in thiruppullANi, Dividesham. I am virtually there. Many of you are there physically. And many of us have also joined virtually in this session. This thiruppullANi Dividesham is very relevant for this occasion, as the Brahmotsavam for Jagannatha Bhagavan, Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan, is happening in this Dividesham right now. In this thiruppullANi Dividesham, there are three main forms of Bhagavan. There is Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan, who is the Staladipati, the original inhabitant of the Dividesham, thiruppullANi Kshetra. And then there is Darbashayana Rama. This is the form of Bhagavan as Sri Rama, who performed Sharanagati to Samudra Raja, the king of ocean. So after Vibhishana is accepted by Sri Rama, now they are planning to cross the ocean. At that time, he solicits suggestion from all of the Goshti there, Sugriva Maharaja, Jambavan, Hanuman, and there is the newly joined Vibhishana one. So he is soliciting information, suggestion on how to cross the ocean. For that, Vibhishana suggests that he requests, that is Sri Rama requests the king of ocean, Samudra Raja, that is Varuna, Varuna Deva is the king of all water forms. So Vibhishana suggests that he can request Varuna, Samudra Raja. For that idea, Sri Rama gives approval. He considers that is a good idea, and then he performs Sharanagati, lying on the darbha grass for 3 days together. That too, after performing all these anushtanams to do this surrender, and waits for Samudra Raja to show up and accept his request. But the Samudra Raja never showed up for the whole 3 days. So that posture of Bhagavan waiting for the king of the ocean to come there, that is Darbashayana Rama, and that is one of the forms of Bhagavan in this thiruppullANi Dividesham. Thereafter, Sri Rama becomes very angry, and then he vows to drain the ocean completely with his bow and arrow, and then he launches the yAthrA also. But by then, Varuna realizes his mistake, and then he comes and he seeks forgiveness, and then he allows Sri Rama to cross the ocean by building a bridge on it, and that bridge is the Setu, Sri Rama Setu. This bridge is greatly spoken about in Valmiki Ramayanam and other Ramayanams, and also Tirumazhi Alvar has shown in one beautiful pasuram. Idi Ilangai Idaliya Kattiya Sedu. This is Nanmugan Tiruvandadi, 28th pasuram. Idi Ilangai Idaliya Kattiya Sedu. Idi Vilangu Valiye Veerthadum. Idi Vilangai Tanudanga Vilnudanga Tandari Ravanani Unodunga Eidan Ugappu. This is a very beautiful pasuram by Tirumazhi Alvar, where he says Sri Rama built this beautiful bridge to have the Lanka become ruins. And this, in this pasuram, this Setu is discussed about by Tirumazhi Alvar. So that Setu Samudram, the place where the ocean has the bridge, that is very close to this thiruppullANi Dividesham. We will try to go there tomorrow if time permits together. So there, this ocean shore, seashore is present. Even today, the bridge is visible below the water level, although we cannot go there these days. In the past, people were able to go there in boats, but nowadays it's not allowed. It's not there. So we go there. We will go there tomorrow if possible. That place, this Setu Samudram, is very sacred and holy for Sri Vaishnavas specifically. It is said that just seeing that place itself is very auspicious. It will purify us. And in that place, in that seashore, as part of this Brahmotsavam, which is happening now for Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan, on the last day, Tirthavari will happen. Both Jagannatha Bhagavan and Pattabhisheka Ramar, both the Bhagavans will go there, and Tirthavari will be performed for Chakratalvar, Sudarshana Chakra. And then Thirumanjanam will happen in the Hanuman temple there for both Pattabhisheka Rama as well as Jagannatha Bhagavan. That will happen on the 10th day of this Utsavam. So we've seen Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan, who is the Staladipati, and then Darbashayana Rama. And then there is third form of Bhagavan in this Sannidhi, that is Pattabhisheka Rama, Sri Rama in Pattabhisheka Tirukolam. That is the third form of Bhagavan here, and there is Dvajastambam for Adi Jagannatha Perumal separately, and then there is also Dvajastambam for Pattabhisheka Sri Rama. So we will see all of that during our temple visit. We have one Brahmotsavam which is happening now for Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan, which will conclude on Panguni Masam, Hasta Nakshatram. Panguni Uttaram is Rathotsavam here, and Panguni Hastam is Tirthavari. And then there is second Brahmotsavam, which will be next month, starting on May 3rd this year. That will be for Pattabhisheka Rama Bhagavan. So again, 10 days of Utsavam will be celebrated for Sri Rama at that time. So now we are here during this Panguni Brahmotsavam for Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan. In this Talapuranam, it is said that Dasharatha Chakravarti performed Putrakameshti Yagam here, though it has happened in Ayodhya only. In Stalapuranam, these kind of things are mentioned, that Putrakameshti Yagam is performed here, and by the grace of Adi Jagannatha Bhagavan only, Sri Rama and all his brothers were born. So this is the speciality of this thiruppullANi Dividesham. It has a beautiful Pushkarani in front of the temple. It is known as Chakra Pushkarani, Chakra Tirtham. I don't know whether there is enough water there, but it's a very beautiful Pushkarani. There is also beautiful 4 streets around the temple. And then there is also Ratha Vidhi, the bigger prakaram. Usually procession will happen every day in the morning and in the evening in both the inside prakaram as well as the Ratha Vidhi prakaram. It's a very pleasant Dividesham with beautiful serene environment, very quiet place. All the Utsavam routines are beautifully done. Thirumanjanam was performed just now for Jagannatha Bhagavan. Tomorrow we have a special event of Garuda Seva, and both Perumals, that is Jagannatha Bhagavan and Pattabhisheka Rama Bhagavan, will come in procession in the evening. So lots of activities. So very nice time to be there and enjoy the uthsavams. Today, all of you can go around the temple and participate in the uthsavams. Thirumanjanam is over already. There will be evening Purapadu, and then Goshti will also be there. So you can all attend these programs and have a wonderful time there. Coming back to our theme, Uthsavams, we'll see a little bit about Uthsavams today, and then we'll continue on in the subsequent sessions. As we saw in the Shlokam from Sri Ramayanam, Vyasaneshu Manushyanam Vrisham Bhavati Dukkitaha. In that Shlokam, we saw that Utsavam means joyful celebrations, and Sri Rama will equally participate in both joyful and sorrowful events of all people all the citizens of Ayodhya. So here, sorrowful situations will be like someone who is passing away, some difficulty in family, and so on. Joyful actions are such as childbirth, weddings, all of these. So whenever something like that happens in his kingdom, Sri Rama will be there first, even before the actual family starts doing anything for that occasion, for the event. If there is a death, Sri Rama will be there crying before the actual involved person. If there is a joyful celebration, he will be there leading all the festivities. That is how Sri Rama is. And we have some examples also for that. When Vali was killed by Sri Rama, Sugriva had enmity with his brother Vali. So he got Vali killed. Still, after the death, Sugriva felt very bad. No matter what, he is his brother. So he started crying. But before anyone could hear Sugriva's wailing or crying, they could hear more of Sri Rama's crying. He was more sorrowful than Sugriva himself. For Sugriva's brother's death, Sri Rama was feeling the sorrow. Similarly, when Ravana was killed by Sri Rama, at that time Vibhishana Alvan was there and he was upset. But he also did not want to perform the last rites for his elder brother because there is no one else left to do the last rites. Indrajit and all of them, everyone were killed. So Vibhishana Alvan had to do the last rites. But he was hesitating. At the time Sri Rama was there, he was encouraging Vibhishana Alvan to perform the last rite, final rites. When Vibhishana Alvan told that Ravana was a real bad person, why should we do this final rites for him? He is not a good person. At that time, Sri Rama told him, no matter what, he is your brother, elder brother. You have to do this final rites for him. And if you don't do it, I will do it. That is how much he was prepared to take the responsibility. Because anyway, he considered Vibhishana Alvan as his brother. And because Sri Rama had 3 brothers originally, Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. But he wanted more brothers. That is one of the reasons why he ventured into the big exile to forest, where he went searching for brothers. First he got Guha Perumal, and then he got Sugriva Maharaja, and then he got Vibhishana Alvan. So in this manner, he got more brothers. Now that Vibhishana Alvan has become his brother, when Vibhishana Alvan's brother died, Sri Rama felt that natural affection and responsibility. So he told Vibhishana Alvan that if you don't perform the final rites, I will end up doing it. And then Vibhishana Alvan got convinced and he performed the final rites for Ravana. So this is how Sri Rama is. He participates in the joys and sorrows of all the people, all the citizens and all his devotees. So when it comes to uthsavams, we also have same responsibility. We also have to think about Bhagavan's uthsavams, Alvar's uthsavams, Acharya's uthsavams as our own uthsavams. This is beautifully explained in thiruppullANi, first pasuram itself, not first pasuram, the third pasuram. Vazhal pattu ninni ullirel vandu mannum manamum. In that pasuram, that mannum manamum is there. That talks about the responsibility of devotees, Bhagavatas. Mannu Manam here indicates the Mrit Sangrahanam for uthsavams. Usually, any major utsavam will have Mrit Sangrahanam. That is, they will go and collect soil, and there will be some seeds planted in that soil. And that seeds will start sprouting throughout the 10 days or how many ever days the utsavam is. And that is considered as auspicious, the sprouting of seeds. And then once the 10 days utsavam is over, as part of the Tirthavari, those sprouts will be dissolved in the water. This is a ritual which is done as part of major uthsavams. So here, Vazhalpatti Ninneerulliril vandu mannum manamum konmin. Here, Periyalvar is inviting all the people. Before the utsavam starts, this Mrit Sangrahanam will happen, Ramkurarpanam will happen. For that itself, we all have to go. We don't just go for specific occasions. Like when the Thirumanjanam happens, we go there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We stay there and we get the Tirtham, Prasadam, and then we leave. That is not what Bhagavatas, Bhagavan's devotees are supposed to do. Rather, they have to be there from the beginning. When the time this Ankurarpanam happens, they have to take all the responsibilities, do whatever kainkariams which are allowed for them, be active participant in the utsavams, and stay there until the conclusion of the utsavams, and then only take leave. So this is explained in this particular pasaram itself, in the thiruppullANi pasaram, third pasaram. So it's a very important aspect for us to understand that we are not passerby, strangers during utsavams. We don't just go there, show up for some time, and then leave. Whenever there is utsavam for Bhagavan, it is our responsibility, our celebration. We have to be there as much as possible and do as many possible kainkariams which are allotted for us, which are given for us. So that is the mood for us during utsavams. And these utsavams are also joyful celebrations arranged by elders, arranged as per Agama rules for temples. Throughout the year, so many utsavams have to be done. There is daily utsavam, there is weekly utsavam, there is pakshotsavam, that is fortnight utsavam, there is masotsavam, monthly utsavam, and then there is samvatsarotsavam, annual utsavam. So there are so many different types of utsavams. Daily utsavam is daily Tiruvaradhanam, daily Vishwarupam, daily Shayanam. These are all daily utsavams. And then there is weekly utsavam, such as on Fridays they will have Jula ceremony for Tayar. So that is a weekly utsavam. Maybe on Mondays or some other days they will have Thirumanjanam for Moolavar, Moolamurti. So these are all weekly utsavams. And then there is Pakshotsavam. During every Paksham, on Ekadashi, there is Purapadu, procession, Thirumanjanam, and so on. And then there is Masotsavam, that is Masa Pravesham, beginning of the month, Amavasya, Paurnami, or monthly Tirunakshatram like Rohini, Shravanam. These are all Masotsavams. And then there is Samvatsarotsavam, that is annual utsavams, that is Brahmotsavam. And then there are so many different utsavams, that is summer utsavam, spring utsavam, as Kodai utsavam is there, Vasantotsavam is there, Pavitrotsavam will be celebrated. And then in some Divideshams, Teppotsavam, float festival will be celebrated. And then again Utsavam is there during the month of Margazhi. And then Dhanurmasam celebration will be there every year. So there are so many different Utsavams which are celebrated. And in many of these Utsavams, mainly there will be Purapadu, procession for Bhagavan, Utsavamurti. This Purapadu has very deep purpose. Many times we are all active, energetic. We can go to temples, we can have darshan of Perumal and so on and so on. But there may be people who are having diseases, they are sick, they are bedridden, they cannot come out of their home. There may be people who are having certain problems which don't allow them to come to temple. So for these people, the way they can come and have darshan, they can have darshan of Bhagavan is during the Utsavams. When Bhagavan himself comes out into the divine streets of the Divyadeshams, give darshan to those who are unable to come to temple, bless them as well, give them an opportunity to perform Mangala Shasanam and so on. So these are all the main purposes of these processions which are part of Utsavams. And also during Utsavams, in many occasions, there is cooperation between multiple parties, different types of Bhagavatas, people of the townspeople, the people of the administration of the kingdom. So many people have to collaborate and conduct Utsavams. There the common goal is to perform the Utsavam for the pleasure of Bhagavan, to make him happy and to make Bhagavatas happy. So for that, everyone will cooperate, do their kainkariams and enjoy together. This develops the community feeling, the feeling of helping each other, being together, the feeling of being a single family, one family. All of these are accomplished, especially things like Rathotsavam, Teppotsavam, which involve large number of people's engagement. Those are very, very important to keep the cohesive nature of the community, the society. So these are all organized by the divine will of Bhagavan, by the divine will of Purvacharyas and Agama to facilitate the interactions, the joyful celebrations, and so on. And these joyful celebrations bring out the best of people and remove the stress of people also. This is why we don't find any stress-related problems in the past. Nowadays, we see everywhere there is so much stress. But people were actively engaged, together working and happily engaged. So there was not much stress and so on. So these are some aspects of Utsavams which we have seen now. The session is going to end because of 40 minutes limit. So please continue on, because you all have to have prasadam also, and then get ready for the next program. Again, we will meet soon. Whenever you have time and when you gather together, feel free to call me and inform me. And depending on my time, I will connect live and we will have further discussions. This one happened to be just a monologue, but in the next sessions,